Cardinal.
I'm Kaiser. I'm from the League of Legends team, and I'm casting Overwatch for the past year now. So we're just excited that the season is starting back up and look forward to it. Yep, we'll be going up against Rio Grande. They're both a community college slash. These are I know this, our team that is playing is the B squad for Overwatch. Comprising of completely new players than what we have been used to seeing play, because we only had one team last year.
Apparently, my mic was muted the entire time. Hello. I don't know if anything was picked up through the other mic. Everything was picked up. It was quiet. Hey, there. Oh, now
Yep.
it should. It's the crowds were absolutely amazing. As 5 starters.
And the Overwatch season has changed a little bit with the introduction of a new support character here. Ilari.
About as
Yep.
good as I got.
New support that looks pretty fancy, so it's going to be interesting to see if she's incorporated into any comps here, or if we're going to go with the standard Overwatch League comps. If you don't know the standard Overwatch League comps, there's quite a few. There's like Dive, there's a kind of brawly comps, and then Poke. Our A squad favored, I believe, the Brawl very often, so it's going to be interesting to see what our B squad pulls out here to kind of place have.
Might get right now. Mechanically, we'll see. Our player controller got a wing.
Oh, we have a controller player in the game.
A diamond console player. Actually,
that is
I always might just have the stick. WA's very slow. It's really funny.
Getting into the match here, we have 10 seconds to see what kind of comps come out from both sides.
Anyway, I'm Overwatch. Times of day are different maps. It's absolutely some somewhat standard stuff on both sides. We see the Bastion is. We do see the Iliari coming out for Grande. Running an interesting or Saginaw Valley. Ram Bastion. I would say a style team. You have some up close. How to play it. Areas right when you get out of the start here. There's some, but the point itself is kind of tight. So
was gonna say SVSU's comp looks very lockdown orientated, as they have a lot of movement to just surprise enemies on the flanks here. We do see Rio Grande taking the point first, just trying to skirmish off SVSU from getting it. The point is not unlocked yet, so they are just trying to hold the position until it does happen.
Ron just teleporting, ignoring, playing to their strengths. They are a lot closer range. Mesher and the Rhine. Mega's going to go down. The rest of Saginaw is going to have to back up there. Ron's going to... I would say not necessarily, but definitely are close to getting the ult. We're going to see how they get on. I think that's going to come.
Yep. Rio Grande does have very decent positioning here. As you can see, the Symmetra turrets are all up in the entrance, so SVSU is going to have a really hard time getting in here just through this main gate here. They might have to try and come up with some creative plays here as Falcon and Mega are pushing up. There comes the Reaper teleport inside. He is behind them, trying to make work see what he can do here. He's inside the point contesting.
Rest of the team, they're trying to keep distracted. Finally does go down on the Reaper. I like the play. A lot of bravery to just go in there at the Bastion, but Dragon has to back up here. Yep, some ult coming in. Have to back up. They're still around, though. You can survive until Reaper comes back. Why not hang? Bastions, though, when both Bastions pop turret form, there's just so much damage coming sides. The amount of pressure that Bastion's turret form puts out to its choke point is massive. I don't think this is where either team wants to fight, especially Dragon. I think Grande is doing a really good job playing here, but that beautiful ult's coming in here. The Bastion ult face, counter beat. Oh, all of the ults from Rio Grande here. I think that'll... Sorry, ult comes out. Lots of damage. That ult is assault. No healing involved. Only...
Yep. Rio Grande with the team kill onto SVSU, looking to regroup. We do see a slight character change as we see Sergeant Pepper switching to the Baptiste here, and the Symmetra also coming out. There comes a huge Reinhardt from Rio Grande's tank, taking 2 out there, Sergeant Pepper and Shadow Wing. Finally being taken down by Falcon the Symmetra here.
That was not necessarily... I'm to play it on either side. Came down to... Dragon was not getting it. They were sitting at the choke point. Maybe they were... That was... Might have just been close half of the... I think...
Yep. This control point is definitely more open, as there's that initial staging high ground that most teams choose to skirmish there first before the point actually opens, because the point itself doesn't offer as much cover as the previous point.
Side room out in the open, and that's the part. Take some space, getting in there with the arms. Dim turrets force out a lot of focus from around. You see, but went in right as his backing off. There needs more of a pin. It does look like it's going to be on the point longer. Lots of damage.
We do see Rio Grande's focus is very split compared to SVSU, as they only have 1 Reaper committed to the flank here, while the rest of SVSU is trying to push through the front. They finally take down the Reaper here, along with Squishy, who goes down. Rio Grande pushing out from the point here, like they're trying to keep SVSU out of even entering the control point here.
Not necessarily a bad idea here. They gotta all commit at the same time and go in. Falcon is doing a pretty good job drawing a lot of attention away. Falcon's gotta, or Mega's gotta use that time to go in with... Squishy's doing his job. Filling there, doing the damage.
You see the Nano coming in here. Oh, the Reinhardt.
Whoa. That's going to be all the kills. Mega was going in. The tanks walk by each other. Brian gets the ult off. Falcon finds one. That'll be Saginaw down.
Saginaw Valley is charging ults here, but Rio Grande does have 4 ults to respond here. So it looks like they are changing tanks to Orisa here, looking for a bit more push and CC that can try and break through this Rio Grande front line.
I feel like this is kind of the play here. I'm not sure how Ram does into Rhine. It's definitely an interesting matchup with a lot of counterplay on both sides, but oh, here comes Mega. All the damage there. Falcon goes down.
There goes the Illari ult.
Huge. Lethal Vapor gets the kill. Ult coming in. People on both sides falling. I think it's looking real.
Red just got a boop off the map.
That will be the tank going down. I believe that'll be the fight. Rio Grande, they have 1 more left in them.
Falcon looking for the flank angle.
Probably going to just threaten to touch the...
He is charging ult here. I think that is what he is waiting for. He's just looking for an opportunity to flank ult while the rest of that SVSU push into this point.
Probably going to use Kiriko ult through here. Yep. Going in. Lethal Vapor is probably going to pop ult to stall it out a little bit. Red Pandas, if anything,
Falcon's
gets in
still
trouble.
Looking in there. Falcon uses ult to push off all of Rio Grande. They are very split here. SVSU looking for the team wipe and have captured the point here.
One goes down. That'll be the first. Saginaw. Oh, Rio Grande does have 99. They have to win. Agron's going to have to put on an good performance here.
SVSU playing rather reserved here as they know they have to stay on the point because if Rio Grande pushes forward, there's no telling what they can do as they do have the Lucio Symmetra here for the movement that they could flank in with.
Yeah, again, we're still seeing this Bastion duo. It really changes how both teams have to fight. They have to work a lot more around natural cover.
I see the play coming here. Looks like Rio Grande is planning the TP into the... Yep, there goes Rio Grande with that TP onto the point and Lucio ult.
What a play there. The Lucio ult down. The Metro TP with the Rhine. Attack from all sides there. Bastion's up on the high ground. So difficult. Mega almost make the play there. Nothing left. There's too many ults here. Saginaw is going to the point most of their players, and that will be the map.
That was a very brawly and fast-paced first match that we had here between Rio Grande and SVS. We do see the comps being a little different here between both of the teams here, as they're both favoring a little different flavor of the same kind of play style.
I would say so. Both have that Bastion damage. Bastion's just really good. Are doing some, I would say, within the tank and some of their ability is, I think that move, that watching cast over, get the Rhine behind, back into Rhine really on your team. Focus that as opposed. I think that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you that Symmetra was very good pick for what Rio Grande was going. They didn't really have a lot of mobility other than that Lucio, so the Symmetra slotting in for their damage there to move them around the map pretty efficiently and move them pretty closely, because as we did see on that second point there, I did notice that Rio Grande actually got to that high point first and didn't even allow SVSU to push on top the high ground there. So really well stuff coming out from Rio Grande. SVSU, along with their team play on capturing that point there by combining all those ults together to make one final push through and team wipe, was all very excellent.
Fantastic. Bastion font. After that, Line gets in. Saginaw just had no response as the loot of on.
Looks like the second map we are going to is a push map, I believe. Or well, it is hybrid. A hybrid. So map. First, for those new Overwatch 2 viewers, they're going to be first pushing a point similar to the control point that we just seen. After they capture that point, they will then have to push a cart to the final point there, while the defending team tries to stall for time and push them.
Does happen. Difficult to around the pillar. We're gonna.
You see Shadowwing still looking to pick a support here, but it does look like they are playing the Illari now with Sergeant Pepper getting. We do see some difference in comps here as the defending team SVSU looks like they're favoring a more long-range kind of stalling defense along with the Torbjorn and Sigma there just to play around there. Along with the Junkrat here. I don't see typically a lot of Junkrats onto these push maps. Usually you see hit scan characters.
Definitely interesting. 10 unique characters. Neither team has an app with the throw down grenades, kind of fuck up the damage Falcon there on the brutal defense. We can see it getting a kill right off the start there. The consistent damage. Ron is definitely going fast here, but the Lucio and the oh my gosh,
that Junkrat. Junkrat is just, he doesn't even have to aim. He just has to bounce those grenades off of the wall there, and it's already hitting the entire team of Rio Grande.
Really good job. Find cover. Such a way that it's in. Angle him. Yeah, switching immediately over to the Rhine. Have to have a shield. That's all the damage. I mean, it will get melted. Happen a little bit.
Rio Grande is playing very reserved here, as they can't really push past this corner without charging ults here. So that's the play that they might look for here.
100%, it's going to be a Symmetra teleport play. I think that's the only logical conclusion. Can't get through all this damage. Here it comes. Everybody jumps in, though. Huge damage from the Junkrat right at the start. All the abilities go down. Red Panda finds one. It's not going to be good for Saginaw Valley here. Low on a couple of them. I would say trading kills, but no, it's mostly Saginaw losing one. But that will be the point. Really well executed.
And typically after the first team wipe, most defending teams do choose to give up the point, as you don't have enough time to recapture that. So now they're looking to set up defensive positions outside onto the push.
Now, the way most maps, from what I've heard, tend to be how they are designed, the first kind of section of it, or attacker sided, towards the middle is a little bit more even, and the last part is more defender sided. Make it through, at least getting it up until this bridge, guaranteed. But past that, especially getting it across the bridge after, that's a little tougher. That is a little tougher.
Both sides here charging a lot of ults. SVSU has 5 ults to use here, so they might just wait to stall for the perfect wombo combo.
Ooh, huge rock there. Mega almost finds the kill by himself there. Lots of damage here. Sergeant Pepper maybe looking for the ult here.
Ooh,
does
nice
find
snipe.
One heck of a shot there. This character is lethal. Ideari is so cool. Such a fun character to watch. The pop-off potential is massive. Falcon finds one, but the Rhine on the high ground running at the team, but the nice shield is there. Mega blocks it. Goes for the rock. It gets shielded very low. Has the healing. Reinhardt is alone. Did get some healing of his own. Has to back up, though. The TP is there to save him.
Was going to say, Rio Grande is now charging their own ults. They will be down that vital Rhine ult that has won them the matches, past couple match.
Here we see the tire pulled out really early. Oh, there's the lamp, the Baptiste lamp. Will get shot down. Yes, should find one. Finds two. Huge from Squishy. That is the team fight right there. Rio Grande cannot commit anything else. Plenty of ults left for Saginaw. It's just kind of cleanup time.
Yep. SVSU's looking to play a bit more aggressive, as Rio Grande is down 2 team members. As you can see, they got pushed off of the cart and are looking to regroup.
Falcon pushed up pretty far here, getting a lot of damage. We've seen, especially when you pop the overclock ability, you shoot faster and you can just pummel people. Oh, uses the ult to not die, to fly up in the air.
Oh,
was going to finds 2, I believe. Slams down. That's going to be half their damage. Rhine's pretty low. Has to hold shield there. Rest of the team can't push up. There's the Iliari ult. Here's the Symmetra ult. Everything's popped. Iliari in the background finds maybe almost 2. That's huge from Sergeant Pepper. Falcon on point, just smacking his turret with a hammer like a legend.
There's the molten core.
We see the lava on the field. It's going to split up the team there. Rhine's in the back line. Doesn't have anywhere to go. Goes for a pin for a little extra damage. What a play there from Sergeant Pepper. Getting into the back line past the Symmetra ult to find one and distract the Baptiste. It's going to be a huge swap of characters here. Over half the team.
Now,
Rio Grande.
We can see Rio Grande is favoring the more dive comp here, as they have swapped to the Winston and Reaper, that they're looking to just jump right to the cart and hopefully take the cart and secure that position.
There are plenty of little walls around the high grounds for Reaper to teleport up to. Kiriko can follow, and Red Panda on the Ana can sit back and give them some healing.
Here comes the Soldier 76 ult from Lethal.
Ooh, it's going to be... It actually does fine. They don't have enough to turn around and get him. The rest of the team pushed up there right as he popped his ult. That was huge coordination there. Mega's going to fall at the last second, gets body blocked. That will be it. They are going to pass the bridge. It will probably reach again. I don't think anyone can contest it. And they'd have to contest the entire team. Not sure it's going to happen.
To this second point, this does add time to Rio Grande's push, so it allows them to extend the game here to hopefully try and push towards the...
Extra minute and a half there will put them up to just over 2.5 minutes. It looks like the switch was the right play. The Monkey does do a lot of disruption. Just get in there and take your attention. It's really hard to ignore a Monkey on the healers. Here's the Kitsune rush.
Here comes the Kiriko ult from SVSU, looking to play aggressive with it as it does buff a lot of their stats here.
Ooh, getting in. Mega does find one. Going to be huge. The rest of the team can push up while Rio Grande retreats. They might be able to find some on the way out. Winston bubble there, making sure don't get too greedy, Saginaw.
Yep, SVSU does not want to push out here as Winston does have his ult. He is nanoed here. It will be interesting to see if he pops that ult.
100% into the back line. That's going to be one. Simple Goose finds another. All of the util going down for Saginaw. Going to get split up, though. Mega in the corner, playing beanbag with this man's face.
Looks like SVSU is still sticking with the comp as they do have pretty high ult charges here. Like they're going to try and combo 3 of them at try and push Rio Grande off of this point.
Here comes the tire. We'll find 2 again. Somebody has to get on there. There's Falcon with the overclock. Does have ult. Got to use it. Make sure don't C9 Saginaw.
Ooh.
Or do would be kind of funny.
Sigma does have his ult, so he can try and force people off of the point here. That looks like they're saving it for last minute.
I believe Saginaw brought that back. That was huge. The tire there from Squishy. Another 2K from that tire has been absolutely massive value there. And fantastic. Lethal Vapor here caught behind. The rest of the team for Saginaw will clean him up.
Rio Grande does have 1 minute left to push this cart, so they do have to try something to get on here. We do see the Alari as her ult, which can force them to spread out as they don't all want to get hit by that. Same with the Sigma ult.
It's gonna be 2 ults to 2 right at the end here. Both DPS ults for Rio Grande, a support and the tank ult here for Saginaw. Here comes the ults. Rio Grande, the Reaper ult finds 2. Squishy finds 1 of his own. Iliario finds 2. 3-3, 3-2 in Saginaw Valley's favor. Gonna be massive value there from Sergeant Pepper. Squishy finds another. Only 1 left, backing up. 15 seconds on the clock. Will there be enough time to touch?
The question is, does Rio Grande swap to something like a Tracer to get onto this cart, as they do have 10 seconds to try and get onto it? Will they attempt to push?
There's no time. There's
Reaper
no time.
is looking to get on there. Goes down trying to...
There's simply nobody there, and Saginaw will stop it at that last point. That last little bit can be really tough. The amount of games that end just before is so many.
Now, how this game mode works is now SVSU has to push the cart that same distance in the same amount of time, if not faster.
Yeah. It's kind of the yellow indicator on the ground as to where the cart was put on. And that's the perfect way of summarizing it.
SVSU does not have to finish the map. They just have to push that little bit faster.
Like a little bit 0.01 meters further.
As long as they're that much further, they do end up.
I am interested to see have a somewhat similar comp on what Rio Grande had for that very first point. Got the Symmetra out. Although as the rest of the team completely different. See the Moira coming out, the Reaper.
My question is this going to be a DPS Moira here, or is it going to be a normal healer? Is the question.
We're gonna see. Kiriko does do a decent amount of healing, so there might be some room. There might be some room. I was going to say,
Sergeant Pepper was favoring the Alari, so I'm thinking that they might mainly go for damage.
I'm going to see. I don't think this is going to work out right off the bat. I don't think Saginaw has anything to do with the pharmacy that they're about to run into. The Pharah and Mercy there are a brutal combo. Especially that May to hold down the choke point there. I think they're going to get hit from above. They have to just use the little rooms, run between the rooms. Here we go. Everyone's running in. This is what they had to do. This is what they had to do. Kill the rest of the team so the pharmacy can't do anything. Oh, a lot of damage coming in here. We do have the Baptiste window or the lamp to keep everybody alive for Rio Grande. Lethal Vapor getting a whole bunch of damage. Baptiste trapped in the room, trading healers. Sergeant Pepper gets two with the skill orb in the middle of the team fight.
There's the DPS Moira for you.
What happened? The rest of Rio Grande falls. I do not know what happened.
That was a very well thought out play by Falcon, as they just got that right angle to TP in where none of Rio Grande was looking, and Baptiste got called out and had to call all the rest of his team back from the front line.
Was absolutely massive. That is exactly what Saginaw had to do. Ignore the Pharah and the Mercy. Just teleport onto point.
When did Squishy get up there is my question. Just seen Squishy run away.
You see, again, this is going to be a bit more of an issue here. They do have to push the cart and stay with it. They can't just ignore the Pharah. This is going to be tough. I think it's possible with the rest of the... I think the rest of the team is kind of getting brutalized here by Saginaw.
We can see that Mad Puppy has switched from the Sigma all the way to the Orisa, looking to favor that more up in front of your face.
Ooh, just barely gets the shield down right before he dies. Falcon using the TP, trying to get in there closer to the healers. The Moira trying to take on the tank.
DPS Moira here.
I mean, the damage is there.
Damage is in fact there.
The coalescence is almost charged. So what can we really say about it? Sergeant Pepper almost killing the Pharah there. Last minute. Doesn't manage to get out. Yep. So got the cart a decent distance here. Regrouping. Oh, got speared. Sometimes it just happens.
SVSU does have to be careful, as Pharah does have her ult up, allowed to just deny access to a certain area and them retreat.
Saginaw Valley got a little ambitious there. We're sticking around a little too long. They got to back up now. Regroup. Think about a plan. They got some ults.
They have switched off of the, I believe it was a Lucio that they had before. They have switched back to the Illari here.
Yeah, I think the Orisa ult into the Pharah ult would be a really good combo. Group them all up with the rockets right there. The Sim ult coming up here will do a lot against the Pharah. Cuts off half of her airspace. Mega's in the back line. The Coalescence with the Annihilation. That is going to be a dangerous threat. That will not die. Lots of pressure here onto the tank. Rest of the team, Lethal Vapor has free reign to do whatever she wants. But Mega is... Oh! Mega and Squishy take down the rest of the team. Squishy does still have the Reaper ult, but they are going up against 5 ults from Rio Grande. They have the entire team with ult. They'll probably be able to push it up to this bridge here, but not get it past. This is going to be a lot.
Yep, Orisa's looking to push out here. I think they're what they might try and do is stop that cart right in. Oh my!
Squishy does find one though. Almost finds the Mercy ult. That was massive. Mega goes in, tries to get it. The res does come off. Falcon does find one. I don't know how they're doing this with all of these ults on the field, but they're actually making it work. Shadow finds one. Mad Puppy finds one, but another falls for Shadow. Falcon finds another in the backline. How are they doing this? Rio Grande pops 4 ults, and they managed to take it out.
I did notice what helped here was the Reaper ult mixed with the Solari ult, as both of them went off at the same time, and both of them just offer so much damage that no matter what you do, you're going to get obliterated there.
Oh, absolutely. No, those 2 ults together do so much damage. That is such a tough thing to live. Oh, Mega.
Oh, my. Pharah
gets in there.
Is caught out on the right side, so Rio Grande will be down a character. Reaper looking to ult.
EP's up there.
Yep.
Tries to find the kill there. Almost does. Lots of pressure here onto the Orisa, but Orisa can take it. Between the massive health pool and the 2 abilities that make her survive.
Rio Grande does have the front line of Orisa there, just absolutely pushing them back inside.
Ooh, Bastion's here to do a lot of damage, though. This might be tough. I think this setup, I think they're doing a really good job. Rio Grande is set up on all the high grounds and all of the backline.
I'm going to say they are very spread out, which makes SVSU have to choose who they specifically focus, and they're doing a well job of keeping the ones focused. Just an update too for SVSU. The A squad has won their first match here. Let's see if B squad can push this cart up to tie it up 1.
Little under 3 minutes here. They got some ults. They could just save, try to get 5 ults, use another team fight to make Rio Grande use all of theirs, and win. We're going to see. They have time to spare. Let's see what they do with it. Just both teams poking around, waiting out the Bastion. Almost gets killed behind cover there. Here come some ults here.
Bap wall.
Trying to make it work. Lots of pressure here.
Here comes the Coalescence out from there, and the Illari ult comboed into the Soldier 76R.
Oh, unfortunately though, right as Rio Grande took all the attention away, almost found the kills, but didn't make it out. That was almost a really good play.
Ramatra does still have his ult to force anybody who might try and stop the cart here. Rissa there. Yep. Rissa might survive very long. There comes the... Oh my gosh.
All of the ults.
There's just all the ults have been popped here.
The Annihilation. Yep. Gonna see... Oh, Soldier Visor there for Rio Grande. There's gonna be a lot of damage out right now.
Grande is pushing SVSU off there. Finally takes down the Soldier 76.
Vapor finds a few with the Bastion. That grenade does a lot of damage, and Saginaw will have to back up a little bit there. No ults to their name except Reaper. Same is true for Rio Grande, except with the Baptiste. That window, I think on this point specifically, can do an absolute magnitude earthquake. I just so much.
That Bastion ult comboed with the Orisa, just staying on that point, forced SVSU to take a lot of damage. Eventually led a few of them to fall, and leaving only Ramatra and Reaper left on the point there. Rio Grande has successfully pushed SVSU off the point.
I think this is going to come down to whether or not Squid can act the rest of their team, because they have Rio Grande has a lot more of that range damage with Bastion instead of the Reaper. Gotta get in there and enable the rest of his team. Does have the ult, not much health to work with it. The rest of the team's taking a lot of damage right there as they were all behind the window. Manages to go down, takes one. It's a trade. Not too great for Saginaw.
This Orisa is putting in a lot of work at pushing away opponents that need to be pushed away, like that Reaper. Even though he did take down at least one of Rio Grande, that Orisa responded correctly and pushed him away from the team so they could end up killing him.
15 seconds left here, and the Orisa ult to try to stall things. Saginaw's just looking to touch.
Is trying to run towards the side here, I see.
Ooh, gets mowed down. Mega does manage to run through, at least touch the point, trigger overtime.
Overtime is contested.
Most of the team going down, though, here for Saginaw. Orisa there to spear through the stomach. It was looking so good for Saginaw there. Ran through for a point on the very first attack. They pushed the second part of the map very quickly, had that awesome fight there at the end to get to the last point. They had 3 minutes. But Rio Grande just had this defense unlocked for this last little bit. Again, this last part is so difficult for the attacking side. Oh, massive from Falcon. Huge kills there. That rocket was really well aimed. I don't know. I think that attack was fantastic. I think, if not particularly effective in the grand scheme, did take a second for they had to wait a little bit and Torbjorn to get that first. The last bit was slow. SVSU had a lot more power through the part at the end.
We can see a sub coming in for SVSU with the Sergeant Pepper stepping down and J-Rod Nasty fill in for that spot. There's going to be interesting offer.
I'd like to say Sergeant Pepper very consistent. Yep. Have new fans. I do not know. Very, very bad microphone.
Yep, a Yeti.
I bumped this. These are new mics.
You have to fix
and they have all these cool things, and I am not used to it. I am like a kid in a candy store, though. This is absolutely fantastic. I'm about to lose.
This is better here. Yep. Alrighty. Third map, I believe, moves to a full-on 2-point control.
2CP was removed
yes.
from Overwatch.
Oh no, it was removed.
So this should be push. We should be going to push. Push the new game added for Overwatch 2 from one. I believe there are only 4 maps in the current pool. Push, and the newest game mode, Strike Point, 1 map has added to competition. Like I don't know what other games have this. I think Call of Duty, like 5 points. Happen you.
So that's not that's domination. Domination is typically held with 3 points, but looks like Overwatch put a spin on this with the 5 points here. So it'll be interesting to see if we do go to the strike map.
That would be really cool. It's not, I believe, have the 3 times right now. The hybrid. That's a rims. But and that the only one map.
Yep. It's going to be interesting to see what the teams pull out on the push, if their comps are going to be somewhat similar to the hybrid map, or if they're going to try and change something up completely. So
it's been really cool, all the different comps here. A lot of Symmetra. We've seen a lot of Bastion. Good half the tank cluster. It's half the huge. Yes, Rat Torb. Or it's far. It's been a lot. So that I think has been one of my favorite parts. A lot of different, and for the most part, it's far immersive. The I was
gonna say a common factor here in all the games though is I have seen Alari being played in almost every single match that I've had tonight. So that's a common denominator that all teams are running the meta new support hero.
That ult is always good for. That ult is absolutely. In the kill.
Yep.
Always.
I was gonna say it is a little different from your typical healer, as you kind of gotta aim it more. You can't really just spray it all around your team like a Moira. Yep. It doesn't attach on like a Mercy Beam, so.
I believe as a community, I've been hearing so long, can we get a healing? I think I heard that back when I started playing 17. I heard people about all heard that heal. 6 years. Heard that heal. And I saw exactly what the community. I know I think the design is really cool.
So yes, that would be an interesting thing. I have not seen yet. I have not seen Lifeweaver come out too often.
We're learning how to use the new equipment.
This is the first Overwatch that we have streamed, so apologize if it's a little off. So figuring everything out for the semester. Thursday once we actually learn. Looks like both teams are looking to ready up here as Rio Grande is ready for the match, just waiting on SVSU. And we will see what map we get into as the chosen push map.
Oh, no more ready up.
Oh?
Bans coming.
Looks like that. Yep, they are going into ban phase here.
I don't know. I don't see why I can't say this, but we did scrim this team actually 2 or 3 weeks. There were a couple of scrims going on before we got started here with the official games, and it was a really close match.
Looks like Suravasa is being played as the push map here. I do believe this is a very long range map from what I remember, as there's a lot of angles to hit.
What map is this?
Is this a new?
Is this the domination map, or am I silly?
This does say Suravasa.
This might be. It's not.
I was gonna say it looks familiar.
I think this is. Yes, I think this is the. I didn't know you could. Okay, I think what is you can, as one of the control point options, you can do this because it does function like a control point. There are just multiple of them. So I guess the domination maps are put in with.
I was gonna say,
which is exciting. I think this. Unless I'm complete.
From the way that you explained it, I'm expecting to see very high movement, high damage comps coming out of here, as you want to be able to get around the map to hit all those control points and take them when you need them.
So characters like Soldier, like Iliari, Ash Reaper, that makes sense. Hanzo is pretty mobile for a sniper.
And we can see Mega playing the Ramatra, looking to slow down and pin down the other opposing team here.
The Fisherman's Dance. Or I request that we stay on the Fisherman's Dance. It's funny. That's all. Thank you.
We do see Ilari coming out on both sides. That is to be expected from what we've seen in these past matches here today.
And the Lucio, as you said, this is going to be pretty fast-paced here for Rio Grande. They have the all of the close range there with the Orisa and the Reaper, the Lucio to get in there as well. Lethal Vapor on the Ashe to get some extra damage from afar.
There comes a Soldier just going straight in for it here. The flashpoint is not unlocked yet, so they do have 10 seconds to just skirmish out here until it actually have to start pushing.
It is a very closed-in space here with all the walls. There's a lot of entrances, but oh my gosh, all of that damage. Reaper will chunk out Mega's health there. We'll have nothing left.
Both teams are without a tank here, so it's just basically who can hit who first. Here comes SVSU getting pushed off of the first point here. Oh, there is a pause going on. We will figure out what is going on here in a minute.
Pause can be a couple of things. It could be, I believe, wrong map you can pause for. That sounds about right.
Was this it might have been tank health. Oh, I did see the Ramatra go down, but I didn't see Mad Puppy. I did not see that Mad Puppy was low. This might be a thing. Oh, wait, no.
You can count the little squares. That looks to only be about double. So what may have happened in my head here is in a couple of the arcade modes, the tanks have reduced health so that it's not like unfair. You don't have like a 550 health Reinhardt running through you. For example, in Deathmatch, if everybody could run tank in Deathmatch at their normal health, that would be a lot. So they have usually like 400 health, 350 health, something like that. So they're more just like brawly DPS as opposed to full tanks. And what might have happened, they might have had the wrong game mode. And had the tanks with the wrong health.
Yep. Looks like they are restarting the match here, so it will just go back to default here. Was gonna say I did not see Mad Puppy take like any damage and then suddenly just vanished into thin air.
Yep.
Like they said.
Yeah, that was very fast.
I was gonna say I was seeing the Ramatra go down because the Ashe traded for him, but not see where Mad Puppy went.
No. Suddenly there was no more Puppy or no more Mega.
Yes.
But we got to see a little bit of the objective there. It does say Flashpoint. So I think...
Yep.
Is that the Overwatchy name for control point?
I think so. From what I've seen from that, it looks like the teams fight over that point first, and then the control point gets pushed over to different area and or more towards one team. So like if the red side gets it first, then it will push towards blue side. So blue side will have a slight advantage with respawn timers and getting to that point first, rather than them being able to bulldoze right over into the next point. So really interesting to see how this plays out.
I think the comps there were really interesting. I think Saginaw Valley might want to rethink a little bit of what they were doing there. I think Rio Grande had a really solid thing going. I think their comp was really well-rounded, and I think it was perfectly suited for that point. I think the Ashe was a good slot in. Ashe can be a little bit longer range or pretty much perfect mid-range. Close range, not necessarily, but can fight at a little bit closer mid-range. So can stick with the team, but there are probably probably enough angles, I would assume. Overwatch 2 has done a really good job of making sure that no matter the map or the point, there is an option for all ranges. There is a little bit of cover for the close range. There is at least a couple of long range angles. I think Ashe slots in really well to Overwatch 2 as a game. Can kind of fight at a couple different ranges, stick around the team, stick a little bit further back. I think is a really solid option here.
Yep. It is getting, making sure, just double checking to make sure that the game modes are all set and whatnot, just so that we don't have another mishap like that happening again.
And I will say the actual map itself, very, very gorgeous. I don't know where it's from. It
looks
says
very
Central America.
I don't know. That looks very,
or Southeast Asia. Those are my guesses.
For me, it looks very Southern America, but it might also be more towards like Indies.
I'm gonna take a look because I
think they had the Brazilian flag when it was showing.
Yep, it might be South America, like you were thinking. We do have some technical difficulties. They are trying to set the stats.
India,
yeah.
I was trying to tell you, I was thinking very Hinduist. That's a word.
Yeah. Hinduist. I don't know if it's the right context, but it is a word. It is a word.
They're just looking to resolve these stats, and then I'll get right back in the game for you.
I think they'll have it ready.
Do we have any update for the looks like we are entering back into the game. My co-host has just stepped out just to grab something to drink as we are very parched here. Looks like we are heading back onto the Flashpoint map, and it was interesting to see if both teams decide to stay with the same comp that they had or try and switch it up. You have 10 seconds until they can... I do see that somebody says they do have skins. I don't think they can play skins in NECC, as it can mess with some players on who's thing. Yep. Just a little update on the SVSU A team too. They are now on map 2. They are looking to play that map out. Now we have 14 seconds until SVSU and Rio Grande fight it back out onto the Flashpoint, and we see. As we can see, they are both playing the very same comps that they had. So it looks like they were just doing a gentleman's handshake on a complete reset here. We will see if anything else goes down here, as SVSU does have a very high speed advantage here. Soldier 76 being able to rush right in there. You can see some slight skirmishes going on. Looks like Rio Grande is favoring to step onto the point first. Rissa playing very far up into it with the Hanzo squishy on the side wave, getting booped off by the Lucio. Falcon does take down Lethal here. Ashe, Ramacho staying inside of the Rissa's range, just trying to keep them busy while the rest of SVSU flanks onto the team here. Falcon forced the fall back real quick here. Rio Grande has taken the point first, so SVSU has to look to regroup here, try and push Rio Grande off the point. SVSU doing a decent job contesting the point here, just trying to make sure that they can stay inside there. Update on A squad real quick. They have won map 2 here. SVSU Falcon taking out Theory while Mad Puppy does trade for the Lucio here. Shadow Wing does take down Mad Puppy finally, and SVSU is looking to capture the point here.
Huge shots here from Squishy taking down Lethal Vapor, the last of Rio Grande. I think that pretty good team fight there. Looks like they do have about half the point Rio Grande does, but Saginaw, that can easily be made up just as the team is regrouping here. You see they already got about a quarter of it. That Sonic Arrow scans half Rio Grande. They know where they're coming from here. Should be from that direction. This is more of a closed off area than some of the other spots. So definitely where you can see the rest of the team kind of backing up, repositioning for that. Mega's doing a really good job kind of holding this space, pricking for some damage. Here comes the Kitsune here from Saginaw, going to rush in. Mega goes in with the arms. That should be a whole bunch of damage there. Lots of pummels coming in. That'll be 1 or 2. Falcon will find the infield. Falcon will find Simple Goose. I think that'll be no one down for Saginaw. Rio Grande down to 2 players getting chased out of the area.
SVSU has looked to tide up that capture point and go even further. Now they are pushing back Rio Grande here. Rio Grande looking to regroup, try and push this point again. They are both sticking to the same comps here as the ult charges tick up. Rio Grande does have the Orisa and Lucio ult that they can look to push fully on and just try and cause some damage there.
Got the first point here. I think now the next point, I think you have to win like 2 in a row or something, like win the one that's closer. I'm not sure.
I do believe that's how it works, but they do have
a score.
Yep, they do have 30 seconds here to wait out to actually for that point to spawn, so they won't know where it is just quite yet until it does spawn. So teams are going to skirmish, try and pick somebody off.
Here comes the Hanzo ult to split the team in half. See the Baptiste off on his own there. Rest of the team took a little bit of damage. Here comes the Baptiste window, though, if I saw correctly. Here is the new point. Oh,
Rissa still has ult here that can use to be pushed. Looks like just favors to push the entire team off as SVSU is forced to retreat here from a team wipe.
Falcon almost makes his way out. Down goes Squishy. That'll be Saginaw. We'll have to regroup for this next one. Next point, a little bit more open. We're going to see how that shapes out with the team.
We do see that SVSU does have 3 ults, and while Rio Grande has 3 ults to respond with themselves, they all 3 do fundamentally different things, as SVSU's ults are more for getting onto the point, while Rio Grande is area denial ults.
Definitely that Bob will do a lot here for Ash. You can throw that thing in the middle of the point. I think it will really be a hindrance here for Saginaw. We'll get in here, pop lamp pretty early here. That'll be a big resource down. Make it a lot easier. Here comes Bob Falcon with some incredible tracking. Takes down Theory. Without that Baptiste, that'll be a little bit tough to keep everybody alive. Red Panda won't be able to survive, put out enough healing, although is far away from the ult. Never mind. Rest of the team will go down. That was like really fast from
SVSU does push Rio Grande off the point and does capture it. They're going to be looking to force them off of it. They do still have 3 ults to use, as they only use the Lucio ult there. Rio Grande did use their DPS ult and has switched off of their DPS to favor a Bastion here. Going back to the tried and true Bastion, looking to just get that AoE grenade and look to do a lot of damage here.
Bastion of this season has kind of become what Soldier was at the start of Overwatch 2, just a super consistent mid-range damage monster that is on every single team. There's no reason not to pick him a good percentage of your games. Red Panda will find the early kill there onto Falcon. That'll be tough. Here comes the ults in for Rio Grande. The Orisa and Reaper ult together are a dangerous combo. We see the Ram try and stay alive as long as he can. Down goes Mega. Down goes most of the rest of Saginaw. They're trying to hold on for as long as possible here, but the timer is ticking over.
Oh, Jordan is in the point, keeping it contested for SVSU. He is just running around the Rio Grande team here, just trying to stay alive until everybody can regroup back onto it.
That will, I believe, that'll be it for Rio Grande. They will find point 2. So 1-1 here. Next objective.
I don't really know how this game mode works, so it will be interesting to see if the next team that gets it opens up the final point, or they just keep going back and forth here. You can see the spawn on the map there, indicated by that red skull there.
I heard the announcer say, I believe, next flashpoint ruins. So I think all the flashpoints are in a line across the map, and they kind of shift where it is equidistant from both teams. This is definitely just a box. This is pretty similar to the last, but with the high grounds a little lower. I'd say a decent combination of the two. Almost finds that kill onto Bastion there. Falcon doing a whole bunch of damage from the side here.
It does go down.
Real hindrance. They are not ready. Has to pop beat to kind of counter the ult here. The rest of the team, no one's finding kills on either side. Healers are doing a good job keeping everybody up. And tanks protecting everybody. Falcon finally does go down, but not after getting a whole bunch of damage off. Won't quite amount to anything, but it was a really good play.
Looks like Rio Grande has successfully pushed SVSU off, as they did lose their tank there and Falcon, so they're looking to regroup here real quick. They do have 2 ults that they can use to one dive and also push the team off of it. Here comes the Orisa ult.
Another Orisa ult. I've seen so many of those. It feels like one every minute and a half. Absolutely huge amounts of damage coming out from Rio Grande's Orisa here. Here comes the Hanzo ult, splitting everybody in half.
Lucio is a little caught out there trying to dance his way out, but unfortunately cannot. SVSU looking to push them out. Here comes a huge Reaper ult from Simple Goose here, taking 2 of SVSU down.
I thought they were about to make it out, but just barely didn't. That was huge. And I believe last point here will go to Rio Grande. I think that'll be it. I think that's the map.
No, it looks like there's another flashpoint.
It is 5, so it's like 3 out of... first to get 3 flashpoints.
Best out of 3. Just 3 of 5.
Yeah.
This is a very interesting game mode so far, as it's just so much constant fighting here. It's just... There's no real semblance of pushing. It's just who can basically kill who and set them on different timers.
It's all about that mid fight. Who is better in the mid fight? I'd say between the 2 tanks here, I think Orisa is a little bit better in mid fight. Has the cooldowns come up quicker. They have some bigger power plays. Sigma does have Rock, but it's a little more inconsistent with how slow it comes out. Orisa always has a huge play they can make. I think Orisa is just a little better suited for this map. I'd like to see Saginaw shift it up a little bit. Does switch to the Sigma instead of the Ramatra. Maybe it's just a comfort thing. And you know what? That is probably the way to go. Usually just go for comfort.
We can see Squishy and Simple Goose just kind of having their own 1v1 off to the side as the rest of the team fights for the point here, as Rio Grande has captured the point first against, and SVSU is looking to push them off with 2 ults. They do have the Falcons Visor and the Kiriko ult.
It's looking like Saginaw coming out on top for this point.
Hanzo does build his ult charge, so they do have some area denial to try and push Rio Grande off of it. SVSU is just looking to hold this point here so they can force a match point with the 2-2.
It's going to be close. Really pretty map. I'd like to say again, cool little candle shrine room.
It is a visually pleasing to the eyes.
They always do a really good job. Say what you want about Blizzard, but they make really pretty maps.
Here comes a Bastion ult just looking to force SVSU off the point, which successfully does. There comes another Orisa ult here.
The Lucio ult from Rio Grande, that's going to be absolutely massive. Hard to do anything. The ults here to kind of counter it, splitting the team in half again. That Hanzo ult can be really impactful if you time your attack around it.
Ooh, Mega with the long-range snipe onto the Bastion.
Unfortunately, during all of this, unfortunately for Saginaw, the timer is ticking over, not for them, but for Rio Grande. They have pretty much ticked over the entire point during this team fight. That is the power of staying on point. Even if it's like a 2v5, staying on point to keep the timer ticking over for your team is absolutely massive. That will be it just right at the end there.
Right at the end, team.
Almost. Really close.
Oh, no. The soldier tried to kill the Lucian there.
A little post-game attack. I always like seeing the play of the games.
Yep.
Not gonna lie.
It must be the Reaper ult here, I feel.
Yeah. We did get to see this from the cam.
Yep. There it is.
That was a massive play that kind of won them the area.
They did finally have skins, if anybody had noticed on this this specific match. Yep, they did have skins.
Thank you.
But it does look like Rio Grande has taken the Flashpoint game mode here.
I believe that'll be it. Yes. By the way, that'll be 3-0 for our Rio Grande. Sorry, we're getting some things sorted here in the room. That will be 3-0. You can see all of the good lucks on the rest of your season happening in the chat. Always like to see all the friendliness happen. All these teams, it might be shooting each other in the head in game, but out of the game, it's all chill. We love seeing the competition here. So far has been awesome. From the little bit that we've seen, all of the competitors in NECC have been really cool. It's been awesome to see. We are, of course, new. If you paid specific attention last couple seasons that we played, we are in a new league. We're no longer in ECAC. We are in NECC. So far has been a pretty cool experience. Have some new features for us to mess around with. It seems like it's been a good time so far. It's been good. This
was definitely a different season, different teams that we're facing, a lot more local to our area specifically. But it has been, I think, for all the teams so far, has been a very enjoyable time in the NECC, and we're glad to be competing here.
Oh, absolutely. I think both teams played well. They had their high points for certain. Especially that last map was really close. Had 2-3 right at the end there. That last one, Saginaw had like 3/4 of the last point before it was taken. So really good stuff from both sides. I think it came down to a little bit more consistency from Rio Grande. I think they had across the board just more plays. Always had things rolling, playing around their tank really well. Timings were really on point. So I think that's what it came down to. That's probably what
So it has been very interesting to see how these teams have been playing. As SVSU, this is a newly formed team, so they have not had probably haven't had as much practice as most teams would be compared to them, as they just were formed this past couple of weeks, actually. So interesting to see how the SVSU team is going to be able to grow from competing over the next few weeks, and it's going to be enjoyable to watch and cast for them.
Absolutely. It's been a joy casting just this little bit. Can't wait to cast more. Might not see me as much. You'll probably see what's his in-game tag? Ronan from the league team as well will probably be filling in most of the time for me. So
as Aquatic over here is a main member of the Smash team while also subbing for a few other teams here, so does have a full plate along with classes. Yeah. I will be probably your main caster for Overwatch 2 here for the next couple of weeks of competition here, as Aquatic will be switching out with Ronan here for a couple of few games. See him every now and then. So
yeah, hopefully that's the goal. So. Anyways, thank you so much, everybody, for watching tonight. It's been an absolute blast and a pleasure. Expect more goodness tomorrow. On Friday will be Rocket League. Yeah. Yep. Car soccer. That is a great one to show. If you have any of your friends that you want to show esports, that's a great one to show them.
Very easy to explain. Yes.
Fun thing to do on a Friday evening, I dare say. We appreciate everybody coming on down. The student life is still open if anyone wants to hang out there. That is kind of the place to see the players too. If you play, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go a little bit off script here, because this was not mentioned nearly enough. We lost out on a whole B team on Overwatch because it simply was not put out there. I think C team, or Overwatch team last year had as subs 2 bronzes and a silver. I think this season, I think we have like 3 or 4. Can almost make a full team of bronzes on the team. Please, if you play Valorant, Rocket League, League of Legends, Super Smash Bros, or Overwatch, or barely play and want to learn, please come to tryouts. We have them every semester in the Student Life Center. If you don't know where that is, that's by the Papa John's. Please come down. Please try out. If you have a good attitude, that's what we're here for. This is not for any money. It's not super specific. It's like a club sport. Well, I mean, actually, if you do go pretty far and go win, you could get money, but you don't have to pay money to participate. So please come down. Please come down. The skill does not matter. Please. A little bit off script there, but I think that's all we will have for you tonight. Thank you very much. I was Aquatic.
I am Kaiser.
And it's been an absolute joy and a pleasure. Everybody have a very good night.